All right, it is knife time. Coming to you this wonderful Wednesday afternoon from Junker Forge. That's right, it's Wednesday. Anything can happen day, perhaps hump day. This afternoon, we're going to be taking a look at the Oldtimer 162 OT. That's right, the boot knife. Look at that pretty leather sheath. We're just going to get into the sheath before we even skin this boy. This one's been sitting in my collection for a year, maybe, about a year. I just like it. I'm an old-timer collector. The boot knife. That's pretty cool. You could probably, like, put that in your boot somehow. I'm going to do my strings on the outside of my Hawthorne Explorer through that there, like that. What? That's so cool. Yeah. As with most old timers, you really do get a nice little top green leather sheath right there. Beautiful color too. Ain't that pretty? We got the saw cut Darylin handles. Yeah, this is a newer one. It's got the new school badge on it. We got them saw cut Darylin handles with a 3.8 inch high carbon stainless steel blade, with that nice little false edge there. Single nice little toothy, is it Critter Shave and Sharp from the factory? Let me see here. I'm losing all the hair on my body, man. Look at that. Yeah. So, Critter Shave and Sharp. I've never sharpened this, nothing. I've only held this a few times. They're saying that the bolsters are nickel silver, the guard. They call that a guard. I guess it is kind of a guard. I like this. It reminds me, you don't ever get to see the handle. This kind of reminds me of the knife that when old Val Kilmer's being Doc Holliday in Tombstone at the beginning and he's playing cards with Sylvester Stallone's brother. Are we cross? I don't think I could bear it if we couldn't be friends. And he pulls out a little knife that looks like this. Yeah. I love this thing. And there was a time where I would look down my nose in disdain at an old timer or a charade or an Uncle Henry for many, many years. And now I think a lot of us are starting to pay homage and respect to some of these cool old school models that harken back to a pre-2020 insanity time of our lives. You know what I mean? This thing is very well, it feels good. It's one of those knives you could just sit and fiddle with. You know what I mean? And you know, this will fit the bill for Chupacabra defense, close quarters Chupacabra defense. I'd take this over a fruit knife any day of the week, especially since I believe these are falling in. You could find them for just under $30. 162 OT. I love that saw cut Darylin, man. So good. Full tang. 7.8 inches overall. So you got a nice 4-inch handle with a 3.8 inch blade. It says boot knife, not boot dagger. And it's kind of cool that it is a single edge because there are so many places that you can't have a double-edged knife, and that's so crazy to me. Nevada used to be that way till 2017 when they revised all the knife laws. But Nevada used to be that way. It's just so crazy to me that there's knife laws because, I mean, you can get a switch on Temu for $5 and all the things, you know, like if you want to do dumb stuff with a weapon, I mean, it ain't hard, man. So they need to abolish all knife laws, pretty much, in my opinion. It's a knife, dude. Everybody's got them in their kitchen, you know. Did you guys see that Move On's doing a contest? He's having me get together all kinds of stuff. He left me a note. I was going to read it, but he put some personal stuff in there. I guess he's picked me out a knife, and that's awesome. Move On has strange but good taste. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nice, thick brass rivets holding that Darlin handle on there. What a cool thing. This one gets overlooked a lot, you know. I've never seen these in the wild too much. Like the sharp finger, you'll see in the wild, you know. The Woodsman, I've seen in the wild a couple times. That's like one of my favorite old-timer models. And I'm working on a longer charade old-timer Uncle Henry history type video for us, like I did with marbles before I discovered that marbles was pulling trickery on everybody. That's one thing I will say. I've been around a little bit of time on this realm, and that's one thing, you know. Even though the production of Old Timer and Uncle Henry and Charade went overseas in 2004, you know, I never saw much of a dip in quality. They're still pretty much the exact same knife when I was a kid, except for not being carbon steel. And you have to keep in mind, there was a time where getting your hands on a stainless steel blade was something cool. You know what I mean? Even a 7 series, 7CR13 MOV used to be like, dang, man. Like, for a long time, AUS 8 was like a super steel almost, you know? Like, for real. And now people look down at it. But, you know, a good little knife like this, I mean, what are you going to do with this? You know? You could actually use this for chores and slicing up goat treats or opening your Amazon packages. But it's also a very cool little handy-dandy martial tool, in my opinion, you know? Think about all the knives people are selling for $100 and up that are this size and smaller, and they'll just like do something little quirky to it, and it's the next latest and greatest badass thing that's going to make you the super soldier of your laundromat or Best Buy. But I think Old Timer's been doing this right for a long time, and I think they're still doing it right, and I'm really digging this. What you think of that? What y'all think of that one? I think this would be a good one to add to your collection, considering it's a very affordable and I would say high value. It's about an 1/8 inch thick. That's pretty chunky for a little knife this size. It's got a good feel. I don't know. Something cool. Little piece of Americana there. This would look cute with your mustache wax and Red Wing boots. You know what I mean? Look at that. Look at that. Lace that to your little Red Wing. So cute. Tuck it in. Tuck it in. Ooh, I guess I could do it inside and get that through there. Pretty cool. I may start becoming like an 80s action movie guy and putting this in my boot. Who knows? I might just hang it on the wall. It's pretty groovy. I'm looking forward to Move On's contest. You guys get in on that. Read the rules. Get in on it. There's going to be some fun stuff there. All right. Not much to say about this, except for it's really cool, in my opinion. And I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm going to get after it, make a snack, and get some stuff laid out to work on. Pretty good fit and finish. Pretty cool knife for 30 bucks, a little less than. Get you some. It's pretty all right. Very cool. All right, everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful evening, and we'll get after you soon and watch Top Knot.